So you are like it's basically possessing both of you at once. It's transferred itself.
Oh, it's in the process, kind of like it's like in between. That makes.
Well, I mean, he's still knocked out.
Maybe that
so
doesn't make enough sense.
It's the same.
It does.
I really wanted to jump though. That'd be so cool.
it's
You
jumping.
can, but the thing is that it can also be that
You could just be drained.
like I'm still out of the fight for like a round or whatever the.
No, the consequences don't work like that.
Oh, because it's basically she's failed to knock the spirit out of me.
Yes,
so it was
yes,
just a
that
thing.
is the definition. Great. Okay, never mind. So I need to.
Maybe she gets possessed by another ghost because she's
Another
opened
one.
herself
You can say
up.
the one behind me did.
Yes, thank you. Yes, that's what happens.
Okay.
Because
So-
she ignored the ghost that was actually attacking her.
But I convinced those ghosts that the race did it.
You convinced the 4 in front of you. There was 2 behind.
There's 2 behind.
So this one flows into you,
Okay.
and you feel this.
ghosts.
You feel this presence subjugate your own. You're just like,
all the ghosts in the vicinity don't hear the sound of my voice. Okay.
this is gonna be nuts. Okay,
You need a ghost megaphone.
so Marco, I believe you were doing something about this
Yes,
wraith.
I am stabbing while all these
Maybe
spirit
Ghost
bane
voice me, go
shenanigans
shout.
are occurring.
Okay. I think
skirmish.
this is risky. It's going to be limited effect because they're 2/2. So they have better weapons and better defense.
All right.
Oh, I have an idea.
I can't help you.
I have a new idea.
Do you want to push yourself for any
Neither of
die?
us can.
Risky limited. Push yourself for dice or better effect.
I don't expect to
ghost
do
that
anything
is
else
Attacking you
soon,
is a wraith.
so
ghost.
yeah, I will push myself.
Yes.
Okay.
So I basically say
No, the wraith ghost is.
it's another one of those wraiths that is trying to get at them.
Oh.
Okay. So risky limited.
Yeah.
3 dice. Here we
Go
go.
to the throat.
Yeah.
5. Okay.
Success.
So it's an exchange of blows. So you run in there and you're just like, you know, like you're cutting him with a knife. Like, what does it look like? What are you doing?
I go in with both knives, cloak billowing in the wind behind me.
Yeah.
Leap and I go at him.
Okay, but how physically? What happens?
Do you cut his
Yeah,
head
I-
like that?
Get detailed.
Yeah, I'm going across with the
you
knives.
Count
at him.
Dooku is?
Okay,
Yeah.
so he gets his arms up just in time to receive this nasty gash on both of his arms as
Nice.
you cross, and then he ducks down as you land and brings a knife up along the side of your chest, like things. So write down level 2 harm, knife wound.
This is
There.
not going well.
Took stress.
Oh, what harm did I take?
Unless you wanna
you didn't take
fight
it.
it.
Oh wow,
possessed.
I'm just possessed. Okay.
You're in a
how
desperate.
does
you're
resisting work?
you're
it
in a
takes
serious
stress.
complication. Yeah, it takes
Yeah,
rest.
and it's 1 dice.
Can I
Just one
resist
dice,
it
or-
on my turn?
You minus 1
You could
dice.
also
You can
all
take some armor
You
to
can
like
resist it
reduce
right
it by
then.
1.
Did you want to resist the
I
possession?
would use armor.
I didn't
here.
know that I could.
You can
do
resist any of the
that.
consequences. So, like Marco, you can resist any of these consequences.
I'm
Like
trying
if
to
you
think
want
about
to
what
resist
I
that,
did.
I'm
spending
using
2
armor
armor.
to bump it to 1
oh, okay, that's great. Yeah, do
I
that.
guess it would be command.
because I would have like
No,
leather
so when you
around
resist, you use
Makes
resolve,
sense.
prowess, or insight,
Oh.
and it's you roll the first dot amount in each. So it would be
Oh,
resolve
resolve,
because
yeah.
you're dealing with ghosts. So you'd roll 2 dice.
This is great.
and it
This
would cost you
establishes
6
to all of
stress
you that I have
minus
this
the
ability
Yes.
now.
minus the highest dice you roll. So you're potentially
6
paying.
stress. I don't have enough to do that until I take trauma.
So you're potentially
Your ability
paying
is, like, as far
5
as we know,
to
just
0
bark at
stress.
ghosts.
Oh.
We have no idea like what.
well,
you're
that can
actually-
max me out for stress.
Well, I've always
could.
wanted this whole
Do you wanna-
coyote
do you wanna-
thing to be
Yeah.
like
You do okay.
folklore-esque.
Oh.
That's
So-
that was my intention.
So at some point you're gonna get the ability to howl at the moon and summon ghosts to your
well,
side.
because
So Caelin's going to resist this ghost possessing her.
and so what do I do?
So you have 2 in resolve, so
Yeah.
you're going to roll that. You always succeed,
Coyote
so you're
was a
going to resist.
shapeshifter.
But
Yeah.
the question is how much it costs
Oh
you.
right.
Okay.
so I'm a trickster.
Oh,
Shit.
roll this again. Where did it go?
So.
There it is.
I'm like getting closer and closer to my dream.
5, so it
Nice.
costs you 1 stress. And yeah, so the ghost like tries to. What happens? Like, how are you resisting this? It's like trying to possess you.
Yeah, I think that I don't know. I think I slapped myself.
Okay.
I slapped the ghost out of me.
Sure
I tried
thing.
to slap the ghost
So
out of you. I slapped the ghost out of me.
That could be cool. Like it starts to enter you, and you're just like, no. You're just
Yeah,
like,
basically.
Maybe it's like an old Dagger Isles technique or something.
When you have a hammer, everything looks like a nail.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I mean, that makes sense. Okay, so
Is it back around to him or is it back around to me?
we don't. You guys just take actions. So,
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, I was just waiting my turn. So there's no turn savings.
no, there's no
at all.
turn.
Oh,
You guys
okay.
tell me what you're doing.
So
Okay,
like
because-
I could
because the
theoretically
rolls-
dominate and just take 16
well, no,
actions.
because
in a
the
row.
rolls handle both sides, right? So as you take rolls and you start failing and stuff, the enemies will get actions as well. Where they
No,
won't
I'm
harm
talking
you.
about the other party members.
Oh, I see. You could, yes, you could, but
So-
I will hopefully step in at that point and direct it.
Having been just shot.
Yeah, you've been
I-
shot, grazed. Marco's tussling with this like wraith right next to you. The other guy's like looking at you like, "We're gonna do this," you know.
I mean, all I have was armor, and so
Get the gun that fell on the ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna go run for the gun that was on the ground.
Oh, that clattered. Okay.
Yeah. That doesn't take anything out of my load, does it?
No, but you don't have hunt to use it.
No, it wouldn't. No, you can just pick it up.
Well, but my other thought is to like command the attention of the ghost that was.
No, let me act first, because since
yeah.
I have a turn, I can deal with this on my own, so that the ghost will go after someone else.
So you were still possessed,
right?
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm fighting this ghost, right?
Yes.
So
okay.
You foolish, horrible, stupid whisper ghost who's only been a ghost for like 6 seconds. You know nothing. I fought off Nyrex before I had my first pube. You are nothing compared to what I can muster. And I will expend my special armor for my warded ability to fight the ghost off and knock it out of my body.
Oh, so you're gonna push yourself by expending your armor.
No, pushing yourself is something that you can do without costing it. That warded allows you to push yourself without spending stress. I'm using the first part of it, which just resists a supernatural consequence.
Okay, that's great. That's perfectly fine. Usually you would do that at the time of taking the consequence when you got possessed. But that's fine. We can retroactively say it works. That's cool.
Oh, okay.
So
I didn't understand that's how that worked.
Yeah, it's essentially you pay the armor instead of rolling and taking 6 minus the highest stress.
Because I thought that was the same thing that Ryan did, where she resisted afterwards in order to fight off the possession.
Yeah, we can do it out of order.
Okay,
that's fine. So yeah, that's great. So you resist, you push the ghost out of there, just. And then it goes flying back.
Because Nyrex is actually called a possessor ghost, and I managed to get out of that. And this guy's only like an amateur ghost who doesn't even know what ghosting is like.
You've dealt with possession before.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah,
he's my nemesis.
He goes flying backwards, streaming. He looks like to be like some. He looks like to be a little astonished that he got thrown out of there. Just
See, you don't even know the ghost properly. You're supposed to float gently.
His animal mask, which you realize now is an image of a gazelle, floats off of his face into the ether and kind of evaporates a little bit.
What's his face?
And it's just a blank void beyond that.
Oh.
See, you're such an amateur. You can't even keep your own face in the ghost field. You're not worthy to be a ghost.
Ironically enough.
Face ghost. Coast to coast.
Okay, so
yeah, your face was torn off. His face.
Marco, you're tussling with this guy. This other wraith. You're gonna run for the gun.
Well, so you said that there's 2 more ghosts that apparently, when I talked, didn't get the memo that these wraiths are responsible.
Right. Because one of the ghosts was a wraith.
Yeah.
And the other one had been compelled by Arthur to attack the wraith up on the building, and he is currently possessing Caelin, the nearest warm body. So, Arthur just shoved the wraith ghost out.
But I got the ghost out.
Yes, you're right. Yes, you both shoved them out. That's right. Thank you. Okay.
So once she shoved it out, does that mean that the ghost is hanging out now? Like,
yeah, it's out. It's floating. It's floating in the air again.
We should have we should have a coin like 3 days.
It's like a pin.
Come back and attack again.
Alcoholics Anonymous.
Then
got my 4-day chip.
1 session ghost free.
That's right.
We've gone 0 days without
then
ghost possession.
I'm gonna talk. Yeah, I'm gonna tell that ghost that it's, the other ones are attacking the wraiths because they're responsible for you being ghosts.
Wrong way.
So,
dude, all the other ghosts are
okay.
attacking wraiths. Where's your
Yeah, all the other ghosts are attacking your true enemy.
Cool.
Who is the wraiths.
I'm gonna say it's desperate because there's a wraith literally right next to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I want it to attack this one right here.
Right. Okay, so you're okay, that's your intent. That's great. Yeah. Okay.
Kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yep. So...
As in, turn that ghost away from attacking us and then have it come save me.
Desperate standard effect.
Okay, so...
desperate. Rack up those XP.
Push yourself or anything like that, or...
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the 2 stress for... Are
you about the trauma?
I've got 2 left. I mean...
Resisting things might be difficult.
I'm kind of on par with most everybody else, I think.
I have 4 until trauma.
Oh. Well...
Yeah.
Stress? No, I'm pretty high.
Okay.
6. You do it. Nice. Great. So you turn around and yell that at the ghost.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I'm so good at this.
Yeah.
I know, right?
We're all so surprised.
Hell yeah. So it's like, oh, Why didn't you say anything sooner?
And you get a sense of the wraith. He like goes for the hat box in your hands. He takes this opportunity. He's like, "Ah!" And then the ghost goes sailing forward and basically just slams into him and screams at him. He's like, ah! And he falls back, and the thing like dives into him.
I now have this hat box.
Yeah.
Shall we leave?
Well,
Are we done?
have all of our
Marco's still tussling with the other wraith.
Yeah.
I am.
But there's two other ghosts who begin. So you're like fighting with this guy, and you see like 4 ghosts like
ghosts.
slowly floating down
Not enough bodies to go around.
behind his back, and they're like waiting for an opportunity.
I see them and disengage.
Okay.
You
just-
offer up your kill. Offer
Just
him
shove
up.
him into
Yeah.
the pile.
Yeah. Do you want to like shove him into him?
Yeah,
or?
that's how I disengage. As I kick him in the chest.
Go ahead.
I love this.
This is Sparta.
Risky, great.
I love this combo now because you can summon ghosts and then I can talk to them.
Yes.
That's
I'm gonna
perfect.
push myself.
Oh
again.
my gosh, we're like
Okay.
Master Blaster. I'm gonna ride on your shoulders.
Master Blaster.
Under a sheet with 2 holes covered.
We're gonna look
That's
twice
a
as
6.
Okay.
twice
Sweet.
as tall.
So
as
yeah.
You
What
push
happens?
him perfectly.
Yes.
People will think we're like
we're
Corrosian.
wrestling with the knives like on the ground nearby
Mhm.
because we're not stabbing each other at the moment. And, and we come to our feet. I see the ghosts, and I duck down as he swings a punch, and I push
Push
him
him
with
back?
all my weight.
So he's just like-
into the ghost.
He's not expecting to either because he's just like, okay, he's gonna go for a slash to my arm, and you're just like, boom, and he gets pushed back, and this is great effect.
Mhm.
So he gets pushed back, and you see him like look back and look in horror as there's these 4 ghosts behind him. He's like, and they just set upon him immediately, and you see them rip his spirit out of his body and then rip it to pieces. He's just like, "Ah," and he screams as he goes flying backward, and the light goes out of his eyes, and he just slams into the cobblestones.
And I'm just kind of like staggering back, like this is fucking
We need to
horrifying.
So
leave.
you
We
see
need
like
to
the 4
go.
ghosts like piranha like set over him.
We
need
need
to
to
go.
go. We need
You guys
to
just
go.
gonna run?
Yeah.
I hope that the people we're going to meet at 9 p.m. are secretly watching this and realizing just how badass
How
we
awesome you are.
Yeah.
they sent the wraiths to test us,
We
Yeah.
killed them
and then
all.
They did.
and then they're like, oh shit,
We killed them all.
and then
Murdered
be
them.
like, I told
Oh,
you.
that's
It
Did
also
you
kill
caused
them?
like a giant
No.
ghost problem.
We didn't
Yeah.
kill them. Our ghosts
So
did.
you guys like
We're
take
so
off in
badass.
mass.
We summon ghosts that will kill us and use them as weapons against our enemies.
So you guys like take off in mass, and luckily the 2 ghosts remaining, or the ghosts remaining, float up and deal with the other 2 wraith gunmen on the
Yeah.
roofs. So yeah, you guys charge off.
Yep.
Yeah, we have
Holy shit.
a destination, and we have to be there on time, so
Luckily,
we're going.
we planned to be there at 8:30, so we had time for a fight and not be late.
Yep, exactly.
So you guys like
Or did this fight last 30 minutes, James?
no, it lasts like a few seconds.
Okay, good.
So like you run and dash through the streets. You know where the address is, and eventually you turn a corner and you find yourself face to face with this townhouse. This like old rundown townhouse that has one of those like side tower thingies. You
Yeah.
know, like the side cylinders
Yeah.
that goes up like that.
Like a
And there's
brownstone.
front- Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So it's very old, and standing outside of this house are these 2 men wearing these black, full-on black suits, and they have tri-corner hats, and they're sitting there with 2 rifles on them,
We're
and
just
they
like,
they sit at a statue on either side of the gate of this iron gate that leads into the yard of the townhouse.
Those aren't wraiths, are they?
And they don't look like
I'll
them.
be like, oh fuck.
And
Wait,
they just-
tri-corner hats are.
like the
Common in Doskvol.
Oh, okay. I thought they were that one group that always wears the tri-corner hats. That they every time you describe them, they're.
Yeah, I just like tri-corner hats.
Oh, okay.
So they see you 2 coming. They see all 4 of you coming, and they like stand up and they start to aim their rifles at you. And then they see who you are, and they pull the rifles back and they open the gates.
Cool.
So what do you?
I mean,
we're like
We're
I'm
gonna
like
stroll on
adjusting
in.
my
Yeah, we're
stuff
gonna-
so I don't look like
Yeah,
like I've
We're
just
gonna
like
take
been
a sec.
this box that I was kind of casually holding before, I'm now like
Gripping tightly.
because like I think we just kind of ran here.
yeah.
So the 2 guards like glance slyly at you as you go by. And they
Catch our breath.
run into some trouble, did you?
No trouble at all.
No
No
trouble.
trouble
No.
whatsoever.
Anything we need to worry about?
Not anymore.
There are a bunch of ghosts
If you didn't notice.
just
I
outside
mean-
the field.
You've lost
as,
this
as you say that, you see one of them like pull this like charm out from his shirt vest and like rub it subconsciously. And the other one goes, "There's ghosts everywhere."
Yeah, but
Well, it's
We've
feeding
noticed.
time at the moment.
we handled them accordingly.
Great. So they nod
Sure,
to you,
whatever.
and they point to the double
don't
doors
care.
leading in, and they say Scurlock's in there. They'll be expecting you. And they walk to either side of the gate.
Scurlock?
Yeah, I'll explain it in a second. They walk to either side of the gate and aim their guns down the streets that you guys just came running down. They look like they're waiting for something. They seem really on edge. Like, you guys get the sense that these are
Oh yeah, it said to hurry.
these are hardened gunmen, but they are out of their element. They do not like working in this environment. Okay, so
As we walk in,
Mhm.
if I'm in the back and the last one in, I'll turn to the gunman close and say, "Let's just say we brought some chum. Have fun."
he turns and glances at you and then shakes his head and stares back down the street.
I still have this mask on. So.
You like to scare him.
I'm like,
Face, non-impression girl face is great for scaring.
So you guys walk into this townhouse, and the entryway starts off by having this like wide open room with wide archways that lead to other open living room spaces.
mhm.
And as soon as you walk in, there is this staircase that travels upward, you imagine, to the second floor somewhere. As you enter the door, you see Myron sitting there in a red leather-backed chair in the corner. And as you walk in, he nods and stands up and goes, "Oh, I'm so happy you could make it. And a tad early, too. Excellent. Very punctual of you."
Yes, we were told that was one of the most important parts of coming here today, was to be on time.
I do hope you brought the artifact.
I take the hat box, and is there like anything to like place it on? 'Cause I really want the dramatic effect of like.
Yeah, there's a small
Be
end
very
table.
careful with
Well, I'm not gonna slam it, but like a place.
Just, like, drop it.
Yeah.
Like,
So you set it down, and he nods and he goes, "Excellent. Follow me." And he leads you up the stairs. You notice that as soon as you all enter, he got a look at each of you.
We're all wearing,
We're all wearing our
Oh, wearing her
masks.
Yeah,
stuff.
I know, but yeah.
But
What are you?
I'm not
just
gonna-
Too good
I'm
for
not gonna-
that?
No, he's not too good for that.
I did set it down, but now that he's telling us to like walk away, I'm gonna pick it back up. Like I'm not just leaving it on the table.
He's not
like,
touching it.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's good.
But I'm picking
Keep
it
a
up.
hold on it.
Yeah.
it's really too bad this is not a Tarantino movie, because then in the box, instead of the statue, would be the head of Scurlock.
Oh.
I'm
We
right.
brought you. Yeah. So he leads you up the stairs, past a hall of doors, and to the side of the wall is a set of double doors, which you assume leads into a study. He opens it wide, and in front of you there is a fireplace that is currently not lit. It's some sort of sitting room, 2 chairs lined by the fireplace, and a desk at the far corner, with this painting standing up against the wall of this regal-looking man
Oh shit!
with this
Bad feeling.
with this like kind of chiseled featured face and a pointy nose with black hair. He stands in this painting with a sense of age, a sense of like longing in him, but he looks rather young. He looks to be like maybe in his early 40s, late 30s.
Forever young.
And as your eyes follow down from the painting and look at the man himself
Oh, okay,
standing,
he's here.
standing behind the desk, the painting is talking.
No, I was
That would
just
be
thinking.
awesome.
I was just thinking like, oh, they need this to like summon him back into
Yeah.
reality.
You see him like standing behind the desk, and his back is turned to you, and he coughs as you enter the room, and he says, "Myron, close the door." Did I get his name wrong?
No, it's Myron.
It's
That's
Myron.
Myron.
Okay, yeah.
I've been Myron his hat.
Myron, close the door behind you on your way out. And he says, "Of course, Lord Scurlock, of course." And he turns around
Lord
and
Scurlock.
shuts the door. So
We've heard this name before.
Yes, you guys know who this is. Everybody's heard of Lord Scurlock. Lord Scurlock is an eccentric noble in the city. There are a whole bunch of rumors that fly around about him. He deals in weird occult practices. He has friends in high places. He's seldom seen in public. Some people rumor, like some of the lower class people and stuff, rumor that he's actually a vampire. It's all supposed stuff.
So you said he's old.
He looks to be in his late 30s, early 40s.
Okay.
Like with black hair and stuff, but there's like this gravitas about him, like that
Mhm.
like that powerful gravitas that some people have.
He looks like someone I want to have wearing my clothes.
Yes.
That's what I meant by
yeah.
is he
If it
old?
weren't for the fact that he is
When you said
seldom
vampire,
seen in
I was
public.
like, say
Vamp?
some more about
Yes.
vampire.
Yeah.
Because vampires have great fashion sense.
So
Yes.
he turns around slowly, his hands clasped behind his back, and sits in desk behind the chair. And you guys notice that there aren't any chairs for you guys to sit in. And
Okay.
he sits down. he sits down and he brings a hand up to his chin and he seems to be like looking you over and he goes, "The masks, take them off, please."
I'll take off my mask.
Is Scurlock such a recluse that he has never shown up at society events?
No, he would know who the Arkades are.
Okay.
Whether or not he'd recognize you, I think I would roll for it. I'd make a fortune roll.
If there would be any chance that he knows about the Arkades, he would know about me because I'm infamous amongst society
That's
people
right,
for being
okay.
the weird
Mhm.
kid that the Arkades had.
Yeah. So yeah, he will recognize you if you take your mask off.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
I'm taking my mask off.
I mean, he knows enough about us anyway. That
Yeah.
It would just be bad for him and not
Yes.
very useful.
Okay.
So I'll take it off.
Plus, I consider it a bonus since like he's one of our people.
Oh well, I'm gonna give him even more than that. Eventually.
Take my clothes.
No.
You want this guy
Start
as a
stripping
patron?
down, overcompensating.
No, I'm gonna tell him my real name.
Staying
You want
there
this guy to
naked.
be as a patron for you or what?
I'm-
Yeah.
I'm gonna
That's the whole point of this venture.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell him my real name. I'm gonna say when you want to contact me,
Okay. Let's,
don't yeah.
let's, okay.
I'll
So
get you free clothes.
everybody takes their masks
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
All right. So he looks you over, glances back and forth across all of you, and goes, And he's like eyes narrow on Arthur for a moment, and he smiles a bit as if he always knew this was the case.
Is he also a member of the Circle of Flame?
No, he's not.
Okay.
So he shifts his gaze over to Marco, and he peers at Marco for a moment and smiles, and he says, "Forgive me, I've just had a wonderful time watching your escapades in the past weeks. They were very entertaining."
They were for me as well.
Well, since you've all been kind and professional enough to come and see me in my own home here in the Lost District, I think we should get down to business. You've brought the artifact with you, I assume?
Absolutely. And I lift up the box, the hat box.
He gestures for you to like show it.
It's because he seems to be kind of like a demure in this scenario. I'm making a bit of a show about it, so I present it.
So there's this like moment that comes over his face where it's like this desire, this strong desire you can both sense
Just
with your
grab
inherent
it.
social, where he's just like, you can tell he wants to be like that.
It's like Bilbo Baggins.
But he stares at it for a minute and then puts his head down slowly and goes, "Excellent."
I'm sorry.
I know how he feels.
It's just the drama. I love it.
I'm imagining.
I love it.
I love it too.
Snape.
Yes.
Yeah.
When the box is open
Excellent.
and the statue is exposed again to the world
He
of
even
vision,
does the thing
I
like
will
he does.
lick my lips.
So he bends down and slides a drawer out of his desk and reaches into it and pulls out this locked strong box.
Okay.
And then he reaches down again and pulls out another locked strong box and sets the two on top of each other and presses it forward.
Now you
And,
lick your lips.
And then takes out this key and sets it down next to you and goes, "The payment as we agreed."
I take the key. I go over.
So wait, it's one
I
key
check-
for two boxes?
I check.
and then-
I count.
Yeah, you
Everything
unlock
appears
it.
to be in order.
You're gonna count it? Yeah, it's.
Well,
it's,
I mean, not physically count it, but like I had over.
Right.
Like,
I guess
it's a lot of money.
Well, I guess
Okay.
my concept of 8 coin is that it's like
So-
8 coin.
No.
Like,
No,
like,
it's
like,
not.
I
Coin
was-
is a week's wages.
I know, but I keep forgetting that.
Whose
and so I'm
wages,
like,
though?
2 boxes.
There's
What-
128 bars of gold pressed platinum.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, that's actually kind of close. Okay, so yeah, you kind of it's a lot of cash. Like it's
Yeah.
all there. You're like 8 coin,
yeah.
and he goes, and he puts his hand out for the statue.
How are we gonna get back with all this?
And
You
then
give it to.
would you like to keep the box?
Just give the box to him.
I give him the whole thing.
Jesus Christ. Don't take it out and touch it.
He takes the box and he like
It's
lifts.
a very nice box.
He like lifts the statue up and puts his. He holds it like this and he like puts his thumbs over the face and rubs it. He goes. And he slides a desk drawer open and tucks it away in there and closes it and he goes. I'm pleased with this arrangement. I'm happy you all were wise enough to see Myron's argument. It would have gotten very unfortunate if both of us had become enemies.